So, oh my gosh, the job of Unravel here.
Yeah, it's
quite heavy.
Quite heavy. He is gonna be the key for Work Force to shut down the lane. And we've talked about the keys to victory in our pre-show panel early on. It's one of the objectives for Work Force to actually shut down H2O's Ling, and for good reason. As you said earlier, Rockhard, one of the best in the world in that Ling pick. You leave it open, you let him play, it's gonna be a hard time for you. But if you're able to shut him down, then that's gonna be a big statement coming in from Unravel.
I really like this. This is a new thing here that we have. Let's change that a little bit. I didn't catch it. There you go. We're already loaded up, and it is game time. Work Force versus Next Play Esports, game number 1.
Game number 1 between these teams. A lot of history, a lot of beef. Bad blood brewing is our theme right now for this first match of the day. And I wonder how much of that bad blood would reflect on this matchup.
Yeah, that's where you can get that kill factor, right?
Yeah.
That's where you can tell that, you know what? I can sense the kill coming in when how they play, with how aggressive they become, especially in the early game. If they are going to go contest these buffs, which Yawi is doing with a very good job of keeping Unravel low, which again I mentioned, if Yawi didn't do this, they're probably going to get invaded by Unravel. Oh,
Martizi!
Yawi though, gonna get taken out from first blood. Kosei with the pickup. I love it that they were able to collapse that fast.
Well,
surprising.
Yeah, that was a fast rotation. I think good communication inside of Work Force. And NXP, they were a little bit feeling too confident on that rotation. The Popolin Koopa was alone, entirely alone in that full rotation, trying to go aggressive, and it wasn't Koopa.
Renegade?
Oh no!
What? He flickered.
That was...
Yeah, I love it. He used the flicker, but it was way too late. It was way too deep. How did Work position that quickly? 3 people surrounding Alunox, and he forced the flicker out, but he was still dead.
Well, that's a big question to put out, Rockhard, but I have to give it to Unravel here. Shu is you already know that he's a great Claude player. He knows how to effectively clear. Gave him the space to do so. Unravel gave him a proper leash around the jungle area, and after that, it was just smooth sailing for the side of Work Force. And what's surprising here, Rockhard, is even against a Popolin Koopa, they were able to be the first one to rotate to the gold lane and land a killing blow on Renegade. This is going to be bad for NXP.
It is. That's 2 kills that didn't seem to have any form of answer at all, which is contrary to what we said, that they're supposed to be the guys who are a bit more aggressive on the early game. But, man, what Work did was they played around Unravel, which is smart. I thought Unravel was going to go solo a lot of these times, but with the help, apparently, if Unravel gets ignored by just a split second, right? Just a split second was all you need. Like, that's all they need to make those kills happen. And again, those are kills that don't have an answer. Look what's happening here.
Well, what's happening here is that Work Force just got 700 gold for free. Apart from that, no answer. As you said, NXP, they need to find opportunities of the same form. They need to be able to take down get pickoffs without having trades for them to just equalize the gold, because as we are looking at the gold score right now, that's already a 1,300 gold lead for the side of Work Force, and nobody has even taken Turtle yet.
Yeah, that is so surprising, and at the same time, Work's Chu is just chilling. He's not even exerting that much effort. Don't forget, he also got 2 assists. So the gold for the Claude right now is just massive, even without those kills. Now we're gonna go for Turtle Sea. Unravel here, gonna get a little bit of damage in from Exor, but the flicker in by Martizi gets a pretty good beefiness. James the flicker and the Daytona's welcome will slow down Fremar, and that's gonna be the kill.
Well, Martizi, I think it's not yet over though. Unravel Martizi.
That was a quick answer. That is 2 for none. And NXP, they are back. They got turret control. They're not afraid to use it.
Well, we did talk about how NXP should get favorable trade, or maybe just get 2 more kills just to even out the gold, and they did so perfectly with no casualties, and now it's an even game again. It looks like they're gonna get the turtle as well after winning that fight. It's very important to win team fights or small skirmishes before objectives spawn, mainly because you give yourself the space to take that big objective, and that big objective seems to be the first turtle of the game going to the hands of NXP.
We're talking about Giggle, by the way. That's gonna be the theme of the day, by the way. Hashtag Giggle. Work was flickering in, in the middle of free Martisi, flickering in the middle of 3 people, without even without all the skills on cooldown. That is just
trademark Giggle over there.
Hashtag Giggle.
All of the beef, all of the frustration, all of the bad blood going in with the aggression here for Work Oster Force, fighting them at the back as well. It's the same thing for NXP, honestly, but who tempers it better would be the winner here. Look at this, though.
James, oh my god, Unravel with a great ejector will push James out of no man's land, and that's going to be another kill. Work Oster Force didn't seem to be phased by the 2-0 that was given to them in the last engagement.
Well, looking at what's happening right now, Work Oster Force seems to still have the same aggression and still has the same giggle factor that we want to see for them. And looks like Work actually has milestones coming in. A total damage to turrets in Season 7 may exceeded. Is this 60 million?
That was 60 million. That's
a big number. That's a big number.
That might have been 6M, but we'll see. We'll see later on. As we do see that, oh my god, look at this. NXP actually got a big pick-off, supposedly, but Unravel's going to be a 1-for-1 only. And Shu feels like he's ready to go for more, but not really. No orange buff means he's going to have to back off for a bit.
Yeah, and H2O finally getting his first kill of the game as well. This is going to be great for Link's power spike by the time we enter mid-game. I just have to say that Exort has already picked up his Clock of Destiny, but this is not quite late, I think. This is a very standard Clock of Destiny in the mid lane by 4 minutes of 40 seconds. And that's actually quite fast because usually the people in the gold lane get that Clock of Destiny by 3 minutes or 4 minutes though.
Whoa! Look at that. Chu is going to be quite low. Sword again answering blow for blow. Gonna be a 1-for-1, but that's not gonna be for long here. We got H2O. He's angry for blood. Tempest Blaze goes down as well. Kosei, no way out. Unravel forced to watch his teammate fall.
Oh
and
no!
Gonna be catching up with the Koopa Bite. They're gonna be able to go for the dive, but that is a pretty good equalization being done by RTZ. Oh my gosh. Brilliance just in time, knocked up by H2O as well, by Yowie rather, and H2O for the kill.
And this has been a very chaotic game so far. 6 minutes in, and we are seeing 11 kills on the table and a lot of trading as well. NXP and Work Oster Force, this is what we want to see. This is what the fans want to see. Pure aggression in one match, and we're not stopping with these fights.
Yeah, that's right. Again, Unravel is so key in these fights. But again, you cannot really go too hard because Yowie's going to be able to get you back in control. Exort as well. Beautiful play here on the Lunok so far.
And 203, perfect KDA so far. And that's comparable to Kosei, who only has 1 death on this far sub. It looks like 3 Mar.
Might be in trouble here. Pakito can't lifesteal a P. Stunned up. And that is another one going for NXP.
Yes.
Definitely dead equal on the gold right now.
Yep, 18.8 to 19.2. That doesn't even matter at this point. H2O and the gang here, Exort, James, they're going to go for the 3-man push. And Work, they just had to respect it.
Yeah, not much that can be done there. And this is the early game that we're talking about for NXP finally kicking in. Their early game damage is just showing at this point. With Kosei not in the map, there's just no way that they can clear.
And speaking
Work can clear out.
And speaking of clear, Renegade already online on this Chang probably could force something to happen with a clear space.
Unravel gonna get picked off. Flickered not gonna be able to save him. Huge resources burnt for Work.
Well, you would say that Unravel got unraveled in the mid lane there. 3 people just bashing in. That jawhead looks like James is next though.
James gonna be next here with Daytona's welcome, trying to get some of that HP back. Froze back. Free Martisi will be a 1-for-1. Exort goes down as well.
Chu does get the shutdown kill though on Exhort, and that's going to be massive for Work Osterforce. Gold on the Claude is what they want. They want to reach that late game, and I feel like this is very deceptive. The game is close, but late game is the power spike of Work Osterforce, and meanwhile NXP, they don't want this game to be close by 8 minutes. They want to be winning in this phase.
That's right, because there is a Claude that hasn't been joining the fights that much. And if I really hope we get an item check, because right now I want to see where Chu's at. He's level 12, and with 3 items, he could be ready to go for the big 5v5. Unravel, though, will be face checking a lot, which is quite risky. Kosei, a little bit of spot there with an airstrike. Exhort is going to be low. Ruby DD into the enemy territory, but will be forced back as the rest of Work are in the area.
It looks like Turtle will be started by NXP, though. A fight will happen for it. Half HP on the Turtle.
That's going to be Daytona's welcome. They get taken out. Unravel will be out.
Chu on the backside.
And Chu gets the Turtle. He's got some good damage, and could be one more. Could be one more going down, but the pause goes in.
Could have been a fight that Work Osterforce would clear out. We did see a beautiful blazing duet coming in from Chu, but not quite there yet. The damage isn't too devastating, and we are seeing a lot of members that are very low on the HP side for NXP. Turtle already secured for Work Osterforce, so this equalizes the turtle takes of the game. NXP did get the first turtle. It looks like Work Osterforce will be taking down the second turtle of the game. Looking at the match right now, Rockhart, I have to say, NXP, they are winning in the mid game, and this is something that's quite obvious. But Work Osterforce, we haven't even reached late game, and they're already winning skirmishes like this one.
It's surprising, to say the least, right? But what's more surprising for me is Work Osterforce just beat dead even. And they're even getting turtles.
True.
Which Shu's not supposed to be able to do because of the presence of the Popolin Koopa and as well as this Chang'e. I mean, come on. That's not supposed to happen, but so far, Chu has been outplaying the engagement he's put in. And that's a good sign for Work. For NXP, though, I really like that they are constantly going for the kills as much as they can. They're back to their old form. They're back to their confident self that they can take fights, even though they're not supposed to. Even if they're a man down. But we're going to see here, as the fight resumes, H2O going to be quite low, for some pinch points on out there. Renegade taken out as well by the Federate airstrike. Exhort, oh my gosh, just got knocked out by Free Martizi's Paquito.
Well, not only did Work Osterforce secure that turtle, but they secured 2 kills as well to even out that trade. And that means that 2 for 2 plus the turtle, Work Osterforce definitely won that trade, but looks like Martizi steps on the trap as well.
Might be in trouble. Yowie with the Popo Koopa bite. Follow up by H2O. Tips the blades. Pushes up. Unravel. Chu there will be limited with the blazing duet damage, but that doesn't matter. I don't care. Knock me up. I'm gonna basic attack myself to victory.
5-1-3. The Claude right now is online. There's no doubts to it. The damage is already there. And NXP, now they have a demon on this Claude to deal with. Exhort has to run away.
Free Martizi, seriously, come on, man.
Well,
this is old school Free Martizi at this point.
Well, they are still young players here, but we are seeing an old school gangster type of Free Martizi gameplay. You already know it. They know for a fact that they have the lead with a Claude. Ramping up the late game too.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know how the Claude got survived in this game. He's just coming in at the right moments. Even with the cancel on the blazing duet earlier, his basic attacks are just so strong.
And not just strong, but he is quite durable as well. Looking at the way Free Martizi has built his Paquito, his latest item pickup is the Oracle. Wants to amp up that damage, healing.
Right? That's a bonus item already.
Bonus item already, but imagine amp healing, amp spell vamp.
Well, here we go. Unravel with Unstoppable Force actually could be in a bit of a pickle.
Oh no!
Welcome pushes them back. Immortality will be popped.
H2O though.
Chu's still alive though. He's still got the blades duet. He is saving it for a rainy day, which did not happen. Unravel is going to be the only casualty there, but I feel like there could have been more.
Well, there could have been more if NXP wanted to take more members from Work Osterforce, and I think that could have gone south for them. H2O was already very low in that fight. If they went on to get more kills, Work Osterforce would have reset after reset, and it's gonna be a Claude game.
It was so funny because Chu literally held back the Blazing Duet, like, okay, you want to fight? I'm gonna use this. Don't forget, I haven't used it yet. So I feel like that's what happened there. That's what forced NXT back, is they know that he could pop off at any moment.
Yeah, man, you gotta respect the Claude at this point. 5-1-3, and you know that this Claude had the best record in MPL Philippines Season 7 in the open qualifiers, and for a good reason. Chu is by far, if the best Ling in the world is H2O, right, then possibly the best Claude in the Philippines is Chu.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. There are a lot of people that really are looking at Chu right now, but where is Unravel? Looks like he's up on top. He'll get whittled down a little bit and pushed back with a missile action. Chu, though, he'll get some good damage. Even the Koopa can't survive. Arteezy with the flame shot gets a kill, and that forces NXT back. James could be in trouble. He's under the umbrella.
Three Mars in the backside.
Intercept. That is a knock-up, but the flicker will be used by James. He feels welcome. Let's go.
Might be a turnaround.
That's could be a turnaround there, and he goes back in. Oh my God! Did you see that? That's gonna be James. He's left alone, but the damage is nowhere to be found. Meteor Shower was already used up, and Free Martese with a sticker out, while Chu works on the lure.
They might have tried to get 3 Martese there, but they tried. They just tried because 3 Martese, he survived that, turned that play around for NXP, and just gave NXP a taste of their own medicine. This is OG 3 Martese we're seeing right now.
It was like 3 Martese. James gave 3 Martese the entrance into backlines, and then allowed the ultimate to happen.
Yeah, it's quite the play coming in from 3 Martese, and let's take note that 3 Martese is a rookie in this season. A rookie playing this well. In fact, rookies in Work Osterforce playing this well. This is very amazing to look at. But I'm quite sure that NXP, they're not over yet. This is just the first game. And
I don't think so. Yeah.
I feel like they could still do something in this first game. They have the Chang'e. They could potentially turn this into a late game situation where they could potentially face the Claude.
They've got massive late game, I'll be honest. Even the Claude usually has problems with a Ling, which again, that gives hope for NXP, right? Even though the Chu is like so fed right now on the Claude, I still have a lot of confidence that H2O is going to be able to pull off something with the Ling. I feel like Renegade on the Chang'e is not a coincidence, right? The Chang'e is going to be able to help keep the waves in check, while H2O is able to go around it. So the games that NXP won with H2O with the Ling are the games where H2O flies off to different angles of the map, or different sides of the map while the team fight happens. So I feel like it's not on H2O so much. It's more of the rest of the team. Can they sustain a 4v5 for quite some time, and while H2O does his thing?
Well, that's gonna be a question about to be answered by NXP, because what you just said, Rockhard, could be the potential key to victory for NXP here. Their win condition so far in this game, because the thing about win conditions is it always changes by the time the game starts. And right now, the win conditions that we discussed earlier is way different. We didn't expect Work Osterforce to win the early game, mainly because of misplays coming in from the Popol and Koopa, or Yawi in particular, and a couple of good plays coming in from the Jawhead of Unravel. So this is why the win conditions differ. And what you said, Rockhard, and what the viewers would want to watch is, again, NXP trying for that different win condition, because I think Work Osterforce have already achieved their prior win condition. They've targeted the mages, they've tried to shut down the Ling, and they've made this Claude go online as fast as possible.
Actually, a little bit too fast. I think
a little bit too fast.
It's already 12 minutes. I feel like it's already on 6 items or 5 items. Right now, H2 is the target here for Unravel. We're back in the game, and as you can see, Kosei just on the back line, just making sure he can work up those minions. And Work is pushing NXP back into their base.
And I think this is only the effect of the Lord here marching in, and I love how the minion waves are set up. Workoster Force, they're gonna push down mid lane. It's all gonna crash down at the same time. And Workoster Force, they're making NXP take a choice, and all of those choices have consequences.
Absolutely. Even the Lord right now gonna get taken out means a big chunk of damage on the top side. Flicker in for Unravel, pushes back, but the flicker back is happening. James as well. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be free Martese. Gonna have to force it back off. I did not see Chu work in that fight.
Yeah, and looking at what is happening right
What's
now,
Chu doing?
Chu's trying to take down at least one turret. They failed to take one turret with the Lord, and they had to force that out.
It was funny because it was an indecisive moment for work, but NXP is still going hard at it. They know that this.
Oh no, Arteezy might just go.
That's gonna be Arteezy going down as well. And there's a blazing duet. Renegade is the first target here. Low for Kosei. That's one kill for H2.
Tempest.
Tempest of Blades avoided by Chu as well. Ooh, solid damage,
wow.
but the life is being returned. Thanks to the lifesteal by Free Martese with the fight. Oh my god, Chu, he's going back.
It's going in. Might just be a turnaround.
It is a turnaround there. James as well. No way out. A flicker in. I think that was in vain. H2O not really in any form of the fight.
This is a 2v1. H2O might just pull off the miracle play here, but he will just finish boys out. You can't even chase Ling even if you tried. But he goes back.
Oh,
the highlight.
That was gonna be a highlight play. Unravel ejector and the swag.
Oh no, that was a. I hate to say this, but even if you're the best lane in the world,
yeah,
it's
you can't do that.
It's still a jawhead, and it's still a Claude in the late game. Man, that is such a bad decision.
He could not do that 2v1. I could not see it. I mean, I like the audacity.
I like it as
right?
well.
You saw that turnaround. That could have happened, but
It
again,
felt confident.
It did. But the BMI was in place. And let's have a look at the replay.
Man, look at this. This fight was merely decided in seconds. You would think the Workoster Force just won this fight all throughout, but H2O with a comeback here, the damage and zoning out Chu was more than enough for NXP to take the first few kills, or perhaps this whole fight. But here comes the mistake coming in from NXP. They stayed too long. The Barats was too tanky, and then the turnaround coming in from work, feeding on the Claude that's already online. And apart from this, the thing that happened after this replay is actually the 2v1.
Yeah, the instant replay, by the way, brought to you by the Oppo 894. That 2v1, I feel like that was the key moment. But again, that would have been such a long replay. We do have the late game, the end game happening here. For work, what is their play? Do they have to wait for the next Lord? And how is NXP going to climb out of the hole they're in right now? They're currently down by around 6k, which is not that much in this point of the game, to be honest.
Yeah, and the Ling still deals a lot of damage, just not in a scenario where you have to suffer the wrath of Unravel while trying to get down the damage of Chu. So maybe in a scenario where the Ling could potentially free hit or find Chu in a bad place, but not with Unravel. This jawhead would definitely stop the Ling in its tracks. Even if you're the best Ling in the world, you need to respect your enemies at this point.
Yeah, you just gotta watch out. You can't really take out Chu instantly, so I think they might have to work on someone else.
Yeah, might be Kosei.
Yeah, I feel like either Kosei or Arteezy are the soft spots of this lineup, because Chu seems like the juicy target, but you can't really catch him, especially with the BMI. And there's going to be a big fight. Kosei with the flicker out just forces James. I don't think James used the ult. He did. All right. So that was going to be the Daytona's
Arteezy
with the flicker. And again, we do have Arteezy and Unravel showing themselves up. Arteezy not so much. Unravel might be the focus here for NXP. Oh, forces out the Depths of Blades with just one Seimei Umbrella open.
Well, he had to respect that ultimate. If the full combo from RTC was used there, he would have been a goner the first second. He had to burn his ultimate, and now that signals Workoster Force to start the Lord. Will NXP contest here?
Yeah, this is going to be the big contest, and I think it will be taken.
Exord.
That is going to be Exord to win the pickup on the
No
Lord,
H2O,
but who
though.
is going to be left alone to fight? That's the Ejector for Work, and that is 2 down for NXP. That's gonna be Ling out as well.
A 5v3. NXP does have the Lord here, but the minion waves are about to crash on their side of the map. They have the Farsa, they have the Chang'e on their side. Might just be crucial here to defend.
Beautiful zoning there from Kosei, allowing Chu to take down the target. That's the immortality down for Unravel as well. The Lord will be walking on the top side, but will that be the fight? I don't think so. Chu.
Three
Martisi is left all alone here, and there's just going to be the feathered airstrike to help him out. Will not be enough. That's Yaoi for the kill. Top lane, though, we got Chu working on the Lord already.
Wow, NXP defended that perfectly. That could have been a game-ending push coming in from Work Osterforce, but using the Chang, using all of the tools that they had to defend, they were able to delay this game up to a point that H2 Wall was there again.
Unravel with Unstoppable Force making a zigzag maneuver. That's Chu waiting for the Blazing Duet cooldown. Lord goes down as well. Basic stacks with the DHS really do take a chunk out of that big guy.
Yeah, and James in the mid lane trying to push a little bit, and this is quite crucial. If you look at the map, NXP has only taken down one turret total.
Yeah, that
is very big of a difference here.
That's right. And again, Unravel! Wrong time to do that face check. 48 seconds out. This could be the opening that NXP was looking for.
Yeah, and they could potentially just go all in or do the GG push from all the way the outer turret once the death timers come in big, the TikTok timers that we call.
Exactly. TikTok timers, man. They hurt. They hurt a lot. Now Chudo will be able to at least go here. Fast rotation from NXP could take out the turret, and I don't think it stands a chance.
And look at this. 3 Martisi already melting even with the Oracle.
Yeah, that's right. That is the Oracle and the Queen's Wings passive. So the damage is real here as well for NXP top lane. There's a lot of... I love that you brought up the towers, because that's also a lot of standing gold that NXP can take on the map, which they are taking, which is making the gold lead not so much of a lead, more of an equalization for NXP.
Yeah, and pressure as well around the map. The more turrets that they try to take down during the late game means they could potentially go for more plays using that Ling. Again, the Ling is the most mobile assassin in Mobile Legends. And if you give the Ling some map pressure and remove some turrets, you're in for a good day. NXP, they're slowly changing their win condition from trying to pick off targets to actually getting Unravel once again.
Unravel, though, will be caught once more without any answer from Work, the defensive Blazing Duet. Work Osterforce slowly losing out here, because I feel like NXP is just spoiling, chilling, or angry to go in for more.
Perhaps the veteranship is kicking in for NXP and Unravel. He was the star of the early game, and looks like that star is burning very dimly right now in the late game. And Unravel, this is the 4th time that he has been picked off for free. You could forgive him for the first 2 times, but in the 4th time, it's going to be bad. And look at this, 3 Martisi. It's
Come
not...
on.
Why? It feels like he's not a tank anymore.
Yeah, I feel like that's just the case.
Chu though.
Chu with the Blaze Duet here into the fight. Not really that much of a problem for H2O with the cleanup here of the Ling. HP just goes back in. Is that the Maniac? I think it will be. Just a little bit of time bargain. And that will be the Maniac. Unravel left on the map with 60, 50 seconds. I don't think that's a defense is going to be happening anytime soon.
And the best Ling of the world comes through for NXP. They're going to take game 1 away from Work Osterforce. H2O fans rejoice because he just went online, and NXP secures game 1.
That was an epic comeback if I've ever seen one myself. NXP would win. Again, that winning moment is brought to you by the Oppo A94.
And look at these people. They're just really happy to take the first game of the series. Setting the pace is something that you want to do when you're in this very crucial lower bracket matchup. Again, for everyone watching, this is a best of 5 series, and whichever team loses this match has to go home.
Yeah, again, you don't really need to panic too much if you're a Work fan, and if you're an NXP fan, just keep the fire going, right? This is the highest level of MPL right now. I am super surprised by the turnaround. It felt like Work just ran out of gas.
True.
Just before the finish line.
They could have finished this very fastly in the mid game. They could have just ended it with Claude going online early, and Ravel was stellar in the early game, but in the late game, it felt like he ran out of gas. And this is very similar to how the regular season played off for Warcaster Force. They went real hot weeks 1 to 3, then weeks 4 to 7. It feels like they found themselves in a tight spot. I do hope that they recover from this loss. It's still a very exciting series to watch, and NXP, they're celebrating right now, but the job isn't over yet.
Yeah, that was a huge momentum gained by Next Play Esports. Now work. How are they gonna come back? That's a big question for a lot of people right now. How could they throw away a big lead like that is my question.
Well,
that was a huge lead.
That's something that they have to figure out on themselves, but I'm quite sure their resident analysts would be able to explain that to us even further. Looking back at that game, Rockhart, that just shows that this series will be packing.
Yeah, I feel like, and as I see right now, there are two of them compared to the regular season's one. They should be more interesting because I feel like we have a lot to learn in that matchup. And you guys watching at home, there's a lot to learn. If you watch that, that's how you do an epic comeback.
Yes.
Right? Slowly, methodically, and without hesitation, which I think is the key. Even though they lost very hard on the early game, they allowed a Claude to farm, right? But did it matter? Apparently, no. Not that much. And that's what I love about NXP right now. Resilience and their just ability to pick themselves up in a very bad spot.
Yeah, and the discipline that they had in certain fights definitely gave them that late game win. There was a moment that they could have gone for more kills, but they called out. They wanted to play it safe, and they wanted to take kills only when they have to. And this is a very good showing coming in from NXP. That means that their discipline has leveled up just in time for the playoffs. And that discipline is showing in this game 1 where they were behind severely, but they had a very safe and a very lethal way in the late game. And I just have to say, Next Play, they did surprise Next Play where it's just all chaotic, but hey, good for you guys for improving your discipline.
That is the thing, right? For Next Play, for work, not really that much of a problem. When Free Martisi was doing the sticker plays, it was not crucial, right? He could get out. So that's not the discipline we're talking about, right?
Sorry, I just figured out something very very baffling here.
What?
There was no recalls or no stickers at all coming in from NXP. They were game face on.
Maximum focus.
Maximum focus.
Even in the winning moments.
Now that I realize it, that's why it felt so different. They played in such a very, well, not generic, but a clean way.
The cleanest way possible and surgical. They were like surgical in that last, especially in the last team fights. They knew what they had to do, and they were utilizing Yaoi. Maximum utility on that bubbling Koopa. I really liked how they like, when Koopa's Popol sending out Koopa, like it felt like Popol